Hey everyone, and welcome to the new moon in Capricorn video, which is happening on the 2nd or 3rd of Jan, depending where you are in the world. And I just channeled something cool from the guides. If you want to hear it, well, you're here, so you want to hear it. And bad jokes. So, Capricorn season extends into the new year, right? And that's exactly why we feel the need to set goals. Apart from it being the new year, Capricorn season is hardworking. It is about goal setting. It is about working up that energy to try to make your goals become real, in the new year, which that seems to be the goal, right? But we set them December, Jan, right? And then usually by Aquarius season, we're like, YOLO, 0 Fs, not interested, right? Well, you look at the energy, Capricorn's all hardworking, it's got into Aquarius of whatever, I don't want to do this fucking earth goal setting crap. I want to be innovative and make up my own, X, Y, or Z, or create something new, right? So it's not your fault. Like we're set up astrologically to fail. It's not really astrologically, I guess. We understand that the signs have different energies and cycles and stuff like that. It's more of the 3D mindset is you set your goals in Jan and you make sure you do them for the rest of the year, right? It's actually not the best time to do it. So I think the best time to do it would be the new astrological year, which is where after Pisces season, so just end of March and into Aries, right? I think that's the best place to start. But far be it from me to tell you what to do. You do whatever you feel like you need to do. I just thought that was like a crazy awesome insight. I'm like, that makes so much sense. I mean, I've never been one to really, I set goals when I feel like them. Typical Pisces energy. And my Aquarius rising is, don't tell me when to do it. I made myself laugh. So yeah. Do whatever you like with the information. But so for the new moon, we're being asked to balance out. You can make goals. I'm not saying don't make goals. It's just more like Spirit doesn't want you to be hard on yourself if you fall off the wagon by the time Aquarius season rolls around. Do you know what I mean? It's not your fault. It's just the way it's all set up. It's kind of a system that's set up for failure. I'm so empowering, aren't I? It's really important that people become aware of that, because I feel like, year after year, people are just like kind of giving up. Like 10 of Swords, that's a give up energy if ever we've seen somehow. Should we take these ones? I'm hearing no. Yeah, it really puts us out of balance and makes us not believe in ourselves. So I think, you have the energy to write down your goals. Yeah, write down your goals, but don't put pressure on yourself as to when you want to complete them. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I feel like we try to, try to bash them out and then we burn out, or you try to do it and the stars don't align, the energy doesn't align, and then you give up. And then it's like, I just feel like there's a lot of letdown energy. Look at these, we've got Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords in reverse. 7 of Wands in reverse too. It's like just let down. I just feel like disappointment is very disheartening energy for you. I feel like you've had so much disappointment in your life, and adding this it's like another disappointment cycle, which we don't want you to tap into. So I think some of you're very in tune anyway. You need to tap into your guides and to figure out what's the best way for you. Obviously, we'll go through it here, but it's going to be individual as well. What's the best way for you to balance out this Capricorn energy? Because I feel like some of us in Capricorn season, we go too overboard. It's just like, I feel like everyone's putting too much pressure on themselves. And that's a recipe for failure. It's like, okay, set some goals, but be gentle with yourself. set some goals, but don't put pressure on yourself to totally have them completed by, you know, the next 3 months or 6 months. It doesn't have to be done in a year. It's great to have some sort of goal, totally, but I'm just hearing, don't put pressure on yourself to, everything's in reverse, to do too much too soon. And we've got the oppression card, which is a death card, but this is just, it's a pressing energy. I don't know why they want me to still go on about it. I don't want to keep going on about it. I think some of you are going to fall into this trap. Ah, got it. It's like disconnecting from the matrix. Okay, this is how the matrix was set up. To fail. To fail. Everything, you know, that happens in the 3D is set up to fail. Benefit only small amount of people, right? That feed off our time and our energy and wasted space. So Spirit's asking you to mix it up. Wow, okay, so every season. Okay, so when we go into Aquarius, you could be too light and airy-fairy and going, woo, I don't care. And then they'll ask you to draw in some of that Capricorn energy. So tap into like the previous month's energy, and that's how you balance it out. Wow. Okay, so in Aquarius season, use a bit of Capricorn to ground yourself, to not take flight too much. I guess not to go too much out there. Or when you do, you notice yourself like really not caring about anything. Invoke that Capricorn energy with a little candlelight ritual to bring, it's just trying to bring your baseline down. You know what it is? It's like an ultimate life test. It's how can you manipulate time, space, and energy? How can you manipulate the universe energy into creating the life that you want? It's like another form of law of attraction, but this is your test for next year. How much can you be the alchemist? How much, if everything looks crappy in your life, how can you turn it around? When everything feels like you're in dark and despair, like you've got no other way to turn, can you let go enough to let a new idea come to you to create the life that you desire and you deserve? Wow. Powerful, powerful year. So if we add up 2022, I still can't believe it's 2022. Sometimes I feel like it still should be the 90s because that's kind of the music I still listen to. But you know, that's a 6 year. Okay, so we've got 8th house. So 8th house can bring challenges. Some of you might have a stellium in your 8th house. It's deep diving Scorpio energy. It's all those things that held you back. Next year is about releasing it. Sorry, I'm filming this just before 2022, so that's why I'm saying it. But yeah, 2022 is about finally releasing it. Finally seeing your shadows and learning to work with them instead of hiding from them and seeing and thinking that's the worst part of me. I have to hide this from people. It's really owning who you are. You might feel like you do own who you are, but you've got to meet soulmates, people from your soul group. That are so quite a few. I'm just hearing clusters next year. They're going to provoke your shadows. They'll make you feel, if you think you're like feeling more confident, secure, these people all of a sudden make you not feel confident. So you can either hate them or run from them, or think, okay, this person's highlighting my shadow aspects that I need to flip the script on. I need to accept that dark part of myself. I'm not always confident. I'm not always confident. I can't always be confident. And it releases that pressure to make you feel like you have to hide that part of yourself from yourself, if that makes sense, because this is all subconsciously. 8th house is subconscious. You know, and they're doing it out of love because they signed up for that lesson to help you because they want you to shine this lifetime. So say you have a boss, and normally you're pretty confident. say it's a man, and you know how to handle men. You've been handling men your whole life, you know how you're intuitive, you know how to read situations, but all of a sudden this person makes you feel really insecure. Your throat chakra closes up, you can't speak, you act like a total douche around this guy. You know, because he's from your past life, and he's, you know, he's not doing anything in a way, he's just being him, but he's like poking your shadows, and you're like, oh, I'm such a doofus, I just said that, I'll run away. Or, oh my God, you beat yourself up because you're like, why did I say that? Why did I do? Like, it's highlighting those shadows within you. It's highlighting that you actually do care. Perhaps you think you don't care anymore, but you do care. Do you know what I mean? And it's hard not to. When we have someone from our past life, we automatically want them to like us. You know, it sounds so silly, but that's not what it's about. It's about learning to like ourselves, whether we act like a douche or not. It's such an interesting message. I love it. Oh my God, can you love yourself when you're being a total douche? I do the most funniest things. They're cringeworthy, but they're also really funny. And I wouldn't want to change that about myself, because like that's my fun in my life, is laughing at myself. But at the same time, it does make me cringe. You know what I mean? It's like, so I need to own that. Sometimes Dance Michelle just wants to come out, and sometimes she may hurt herself because she goes so hard. But you know, you gotta let her out of the bag every now and then. And the same thing goes for you. Like, there's aspects of you that you've hidden for too long, and they can come out very strongly. And it's lots of fun. Can you accept those sides of yourself? Okay, let's get two more. 11th house, the edge. And the 3rd house is perception. Now we're gonna get another one. And the 5th house is passion. This is funny, like, you know, it's supposed to be a new moon Capricorn. New moon is about setting goals. Some of them, sometimes, not all of them, but most of them. This one, definitely, yeah, because it's falling in Capricorn. I did get more life purposey vibes, which obviously that's what most of us are going to be doing. You know, our soul passions next year. So I guess like a loose guide would be, for balance, right? Passion. What is one thing that would make you have fun and passion in your life? This is let's do goal setting now, shall we? If we want to, I'm going to. Okay, so what's right, number one, what can you do this year that will be fun and create passion in your life? You can do 1 to 3 things. You can just do one for now. You know, is it to try something different? Is it that thing you've always wanted to do? I want to, you know, not me, just saying, have you always wanted to like fly planes? You know, the first time I went in a plane, I got to fly it, which was pretty cool. It was like a little Cessna plane, and I did a little backflip and scared the shit out of everyone in the back. It was great. It's all fun and games when you're in control. Now I think about it, I was like, that's actually a bit scary, but so everyone in the back thought, so like, what's one thing that you want to do? Don't worry about, you know, how it's going to happen. Your job is to just write it down. If it is to like fly a plane, put that down. It doesn't mean you have to do 5,000 hours or whatever. Like, there will be a way that will present itself to you. Okay, so 1, fun and passion. 2, it's always about shadow side, right? So it could be there's an aspect of yourself that you don't like. If you want to work on it, you can accept it, right? It doesn't mean you can't work on it. Accepting and working on it, you know, are 2 different things, or sometimes they go hand in hand. You know, say you want to, I don't see anger as a bad thing, because I feel like, you know, it's, when you're hard done by, it wants to come out of you, and I feel like that's a good thing. If there's certain people in your life that have made you feel that way, I feel like, yeah, you know, it's good to, so depending on the situation here, guys, but I'm just saying, you know, You can get angry out loud into space and time. Sometimes you need to tell that person. I'm not saying you have to beat them up or stuff like that, but sometimes you feel rage. It has to come out of you, otherwise you get sick. So say you want to work through that with someone, you know, find someone recommended, you might want to go talk to someone about that. So it could be like a counselor or a spiritual counselor or whatever. But, you know, so think of something, it's like personal development, really. Where do you want to personally develop? Where is there something that you're like, oh, I really don't like how I do that. Like it makes me feel guilty. I feel upset after. That's something you need to work through, right? So think about a shadow side. 11th house, Aquarius energy. So this is to do with, this is like, I feel group work, community, right? It's about friends and stuff like that. You might want to make friends in areas that interest you. So, item number 3, community. You might want to form a community group, make a new community or join a community, or finding a group like a meetup with like-minded interests. You're never going to find someone probably with all the same interests, right? So you need groups of people for different things. And as an evolved soul, you're going to have many passions. You're going to have many things, like deepest, darkest secrets. And this could also be spirituality as well, sorry guys, that you want to explore, Kundalini awakening. There's like topics related to spirituality that you'll want to explore as well. It's all the treasures of the universe. And then so we got 11th house, which is about maybe making new friends. Where can you do that? What groups can you join? It's really going to be about exploring, because if the soul fam wants to come to us, it can only do so if we go out there. Like, yeah, the internet's great, but this is like a meeting in person type thing now. I feel like a lot of people have been moving and they're drawing closer together, because I feel like there's a lot of change. Okay, so 4th thing is the 3rd house. Sorry, 4th goal. 3rd house, perception. This is about, I'm feeling it. I mean, this is about social media and stuff like that. So your presence, you may want to generate more of a presence on social media. This is how people get messages out to the world. And this is definitely Gemini energy. Siblings, research, street life, circulation, discussions. This is linked very closely to the Aquarius energy. Sociability. Speech. This might be something that you want to focus on. Getting music out there. Creating music. That's really beautiful. Creativity, definitely. And the communications. Just typical Gemini energy. I just want to like bathe in this energy, but obviously this is a video I need to go a bit faster with. Oh guys, this is really cool. All right, let's pull some more cards. I'm hearing like force. Okay, so for New Moon and Capricorn, which is like usually, this is the opposite advice we usually get. I'm hearing force, not flow. Okay, let's get some more information on that one. So there's goals that you do want to achieve, and if you do feel passionate about them, it's like inspired action, right? There's no point going, okay, I just want to set some goals, and because I just want to set some goals. You got to feel it within your soul. You got to feel inspired about it. Otherwise, it's probably not going to come to fruition all that quickly. There's different circumstances for different things. More information, please, about force, not flow. I feel like it's a small timeline around. Look at that. She's kind of waiting for the right time. I do feel like, okay, a day and a half before the new moon in Capricorn. Aquarius energy. Determined. Okay, so a day and a half before the new moon and a 3.5 days after. Okay, so you're gonna get inspired desire to achieve something. That's what you need to roll with. And it's gonna come in at that time. Day and a half before the new moon, 3.5 days after. It's like this window of opportunity. You're gonna get a download. See how she's holding her heart center? You're gonna get a download. You're gonna feel this deeply. See how she's unsure? Trust the download that you receive in your heart. And some of it might have to do with some travel. Traveling to go see someone. Traveling to go be at a certain place. There's travel for transformation. So you're being asked, some of you are like, oh, God damn it, I just want to know now. Why do I have to wait? Patience, my darling, patience. So the advice here is gentleness. Like you have to keep your energy soft to receive. And then when the download comes and you feel it in your heart, bam, that's when you take action on it. So this is going to get confusing. So the idea will land and it will be a whisper, which you'll have to tune into. So it's almost like to receive, you have to be in your feminine, you have to be gentle, it does have to be flowy in order to hear what comes in. You're gonna feel it, like, oh, I feel like I should, I feel like that. It's gonna grow like a plant. And when you're sleeping or early in the hours of the morning, or you might wake up at night and have a dream, that's when it's gonna hit. And you're like, bam, it's gonna wake you up. It's be like a perception, like third house messages we had. It's gonna be a message received, a download that's just like settled. It's almost like a realization, you know, when you're like, oh, I get it. I know what I have to do next. Don't think beyond. You might get a grand plan, you might not. Remember, it's almost like breadcrumbing, but in a good way. You're like, here you go. You only need to know the next step. Then you only need to take the next step. Okay? Well, this is going to lead to a lot of freedom, a lot more insights. This will build trust in you because this is how next year you're going to receive information. You're going to master the art of receiving information intuitively through to your heart, sitting with it, ruminating with it, feeling it. It's like Play-Doh. Your heart's going to be like, massage this, massage that. Going to get the right angle. Okay, bam, run with it. Like, that's amazing. Because normally it's the other way around. It's the download. Well, that's the appearance it gives. Sometimes when we run with something, it's that. Yeah, wow. Don't want me to be quiet. I've said what I needed to say. There was one more thing I channeled beforehand. If you want more information how to get the best out of this new moon in Capricorn, look to your Venus sign. Get into your Venus sign more. There's a message in there. Obviously, it's going to be different for everyone. So say Venus is in Aries. That's very quick starting energy. That's how you respond to things. You're like a dog with a bone. You see the dog, you see the bone, you're the dog, you go run, you go get it. You either eat it or you bury it. So I'm hearing this is normally how you run towards your goals. You know what I mean? So every Venus sign is different. It's weird how they're saying Venus sign. I haven't really felt much into it, but that's your key for this new moon, and how you're instinctively going to react to this energy coming in. It's also going to help you understand your patterns and also how you try to manifest, which I'm hearing is not always the best way. So Venus being related to the heart and love. Yeah, okay. So they've explained a new way to run with and co-create your manifestations, which is what we discussed before. And they're saying what has been interrupting this universal way of achieving what we want very easily, that has been replaced by what we do, like the patterns with our Venus sign. And it could be any area, right? It's just, Venus in Aries, they just want it now, right? They don't have impatience. They just run with it and go with it. They decide in a split second, I want to do this, and they're off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So that's why we've been asked to try this way, to break the cycle of, I guess, like Venus in certain detriment signs. I'm just hearing, it's just a pattern that we need to shake up. Okay, that's it. It's not right, it's not wrong. It's just a pattern that we need to shake up and try this out for a bit and replace that with. And I feel like everyone's will find this is like the universal way of doing it. And it's really going to help you come into alignment next year. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And I'll catch you soon. Bye.